Hi there. Well, I'm on a bit of a rant today. First of all, happy Thursday. Although it's not been such a happy Thursday so far. The weather's not been very good. And I opened up my email today, which is why I'm on a bit of a rant, from an email message from YouTube. They have flagged one of my videos. Hello. I don't play music, I don't do anything of the sort, I don't do anything controversial on my videos, so hello, which one? So I had to search through to find out which one they were talking about. Would you believe it's from 8 years ago? And it's about the dogs. Day in the life of the dogs or whatever it was. So I watched it through and I'm like, well, what on earth is it? And then very faintly in the background of one of my clips of a few seconds long, the telly must have been on, and it was news. No music, no nothing, it was news. And it might have been an advert or two, but so low I had to strain my ears. I couldn't hear what was being said, it was just mumbling in the background. And apart from that, I watched the whole video from the start to finish and there was nothing else on it. And I'm thinking to myself, people do violations, really bad violations on YouTube all day, every day. They play music, they do this, they do that, they say controversial things. And I get pulled for a video of my 3, late dogs. They're not even here anymore, my dogs. 8 years ago, they're not here. For some mumbling in the background from the telly, that's all I can think of. I mean, are they so pedantic, you know? There's somebody going, ooh, ooh, I heard 3 seconds of something there. They must have ears like I don't know what, because I couldn't tell what was being said in the background. I couldn't say it all. So I'm on a bit of a rant. I'm thinking, why tell me stuff like that? You know, go after the big guys. As you know before, I have told you, yes, I monetize my videos, but sadly hardly anybody seems to watch them. So my revenue from YouTube is tiny. I don't get a payment every month. I am lucky if I get a payment every 3 months. And when you consider they only pay out when you get past £60, it's not exactly the high life, is it? You know, what I'm getting paid is not the high life. When you consider every Saturday for how many years I do a 3-hour video live, which I apparently get paid about 8p for. I am not moaning, I'm not complaining, I'm not getting at anybody. I don't do it for the money, which is why it amazes me that I've been pulled now twice for things that I've allegedly done on my videos. And I'm like, hang on a minute. You know, why don't you go after the people who are earning £200, £300, £400 a week maybe, or a month? You know, I'm lucky if I earn that much in a year. So that's my rant of the day. So I won't even tell you which video it is because I've demonetised it. Not that anybody watched it anyway. There's only a certain number of people who want to watch 3 dogs playing about in a garden, isn't there? You know? Centro remember the other day when I said I was ordering these little tension gizmo things for the Addy machine, or Centro machine if you happen to have got one of those. And I put an order in on Etsy, which was £8, but when it finished up they wanted £27.14p, £16 for postage. So I will show you what would have cost me £16 in postage for those. They don't weigh anything, they're made of plastic. They came from eBay, from the UK, post free, in a tiny little envelope that you would have posted a letter in, yeah. And I'm like, Etsy wanted £16 to post those. I mean, they look huge, don't they, there, but they're not, they're actually very tiny. £16 from America, I'm sorry, but they don't even weigh an ounce, I don't think. Not an ounce, do they weigh? So that's another little rant, yeah. Trixie, I went off on it a long time ago, as you know, for the way they snaffle all the profit of everything I've ever put on there. Well, now they're trying to snaffle me for postage, but I took it out of my basket PDQ. Yes. Well, I did have a bit of a lie-in this morning. Trixie, Velcro dog, who was staring at me from my recliner, which means I'm sitting on the sofa yet again, but we won't go into that. Woke me up, as usual, about it was dark anyway, some ungodly hour, it was dark. But I managed to persuade her to go back to sleep. But when I got up, I think the dogs had been having a poo party in the conservatory. And I am sure they invited all the neighbourhood dogs in, because there was no way that one small dog had done that. Mind you, I did change their dog food. I won't say what brand I had to buy, because I might be considered to be advertising and get flagged yet again. Anyway, it wasn't the usual brand, because the usual brand comes in a funking great big bag that they buy from the supermarket. So, as you know, my son and my daughter-in-law are in Spain. So I sent them a message saying the dogs are running out of food. You know, what do I get them? Because I didn't know what brand it was, because it's tipped into a container with a lid on. You know, because obviously we once had a mouse problem, so we don't want another one. So we keep the dog's food like in a plastic container with a lid so that nothing can get into it and have a nibble, yeah. So I don't know what brand it was, because I don't deal with that sort of thing. Anyway, I thought, well, I'll go on Amazon, because I didn't fancy going out in the rain and the wind and the whatever. So I ordered a smaller bag from Amazon. Well, it didn't come, and it didn't come, and it didn't come, and the dogs are getting antsy because it was getting tea time, you know, and I'm thinking, oh, what am I going to give them? Because they don't eat people food. And I was thinking of all kinds of things I could do. They do eat sardines, and I was thinking maybe I could do some rice, some plain boiled rice with some sardines. I was thinking of all sorts of things. Anyway, eventually, the Amazon man did turn up and brought the dog food, so, problem averted, yeah. But whether it was the change in the dog food that caused Little Un's problems, I don't know. But they certainly acted a bit like an enema. So when my son comes back tomorrow, they'll have to sort that food out, or maybe mix it with what they usually have, and the problem might be averted, yeah. Rosie is sitting on the sofa here, having barked at everything that passed by the window this morning, be it a fly or a butterfly or occasionally a human, you know, has walked past the window. We live in a very quiet area. Not many people pass by, unless they're walking a dog. But Rosie seems to see things. I think she has hallucinations. She seems to see things that aren't there, because she's like, woo, 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 woo. And I'm like, what on earth are you barking at, Rosie? I can't. And I look out the window and there's nobody around. Nothing. And yet she's woo, 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 all over the place. I haven't put a bark collar on her, because I'll leave that when they come back. They can sort that out. The problem is she's getting stir crazy. She hasn't been for her usual daily walks, because I can't walk her. And to be quite honest, even if I could, the weather's been that dire, I wouldn't want to, yeah. The little one, of course, Velcro dog, wants to be wherever I am. And, you know, Rosie, on the other hand, is being mischievous now. She's bringing me all sorts of things. She's pinching me gloves and dragging them around the house. She's had me socks this morning all around the conservatory. Fortunately, she doesn't bite holes in anything. She just plays with them, so she could be destructive, I suppose. So I've got one thing to be grateful for, that she's not, yeah. I tried to do a bit of knitting yesterday. I did manage to finish off the back of the cardigan I'm knitting for that little girl. Managed to finish the back off. and I started the front. Yes, I know the front's pink. So I told you before, I'm doing a pattern that's all different colours. It's the back's plain, but the fronts are striped. So as I'm doing it in pastel colours, the little girl's, well, the little girl's mum, I suppose the little girl's only 3, she doesn't know any better. Doesn't like bright colours. That's the one I'm doing. So I'm on the bit that's like plain at the bottom. I'm going to go into the stripy bit, like next, yeah. The stripy bit, which will be lilac and the blue that I used in the back. But I can't get much knitting done. As soon as I sit down, Velcro dog comes sitting next to me and I can't knit. Yeah, but hey ho, life is sent to try us, and it certainly tried me. And last night, you know, I always wear a necklace. This wasn't the one I had on yesterday, because obviously I'm wearing different clothes, so could I get out of the necklace? My fingers were not working by the time it was time to go to bed. I could not undo the clasp. I turned it all the way around, got the magnifying mirror to try and see where I was trying to aim for with my fingernails to open the clasp. I thought, I'm going to have to sleep in this blinking thing. And it was really clunky. It had 3 big flowers here, yeah. I thought, I'm never going to get to sleep with that way around my neck. Anyway, eventually, I managed by good luck or management to get the clip open and get the necklace off. I thought, oh, never again. And yesterday just was not my day. My son had bought me some round logs of like compressed stuff for the log fire. And he said, use these to start the fire off, and then when it's going you can use your ordinary logs. Right, okay, she says. Gets the fire going. It was burning lovely, burning beautiful. This round log was burning absolutely well, yeah. So I opened the door to put a proper log on. The round log rolled off, hit the hearth, broke into 4 pieces, scattered the pieces all over my new hearth rug. Well, I'm there with my shovel, but you can't scoop 4 pieces up that are burning all at the same time. So I managed to get a lot of them up, but one of them has burnt a hole in my new rug. Ugh. Could have been worse. It could have been the carpet, couldn't it, you know? You got to look on these things, small mercies. So it looks like more expense because my son is going to go to IKEA eventually to get doors, you know, for my bookcases. And I bought the rug from IKEA, so I'm going to be saying, can you get me a new rug as well while you're there? Because it's just got this burnt hole in it. Oh. He'll say to me, what were you doing? What, you know, why don't you watch what you're doing? But you can't scoop 4 pieces of burning. And I wasn't going to pick it up, obviously, because it was on fire. So, round logs 1, Janet, nil. So I'm going to say to him, I'll take my chances, don't get me any more of those round. Because they're round, they're like compressed, whatever they are. They do burn, they burn too well, in fact. That's what the problem was, because they were on fire and it just rolled off. Couldn't stop it. It wouldn't have been so bad if it had rolled off in 1 piece and I could have like grabbed it with the tongs, put it back on the fire, but no, it broke into 4 pieces and went foof everywhere. Little sparks oh, it was a nightmare. Call the fire brigade, call the fire brigade. Wasn't that bad, just burnt the rug. So I'm a bit sad about that because the rug's not that old, as you know. I think I told you when I bought it, it's no more than a month or so ago, is it? So, it's going to be a new rug. Luckily, my daughter-in-law, who's got a better eye for colour, will be going with him so she can buy me. She'll know which one I bought, yeah. So we can buy another rug. Right, dear. I can't have anything nice for long. Something always happens whenever I have anything nice for long. And as after what I'm wearing a very, very old sweater that I actually put a new neckband on. Because the neckband had gone all baggy and frilly and whatever. And I'd made this sweater many, many moons ago. And the sleeves were too short, so I put a new neckband on it and I put a longer band. As I said before, when you make your own stuff, it doesn't wear out really, does it? Except it sometimes goes a bit fluffy and a bit whatever. It's like my black cardigan that I'm trying to replace. I don't know what's happened to that, but it's gone all fluffed up. It's not fit, you know, to wear, except in the house maybe, or maybe in bed as a bed jacket. It's not fit to be worn anywhere, so that's why I'm buying. No, I'm not buying a new cardigan. I'm making a new cardigan. But there is no point while I'm looking after Velcro dog, who has golden coloured hair and she would shed all over my black crochet, should I be attempting it, yeah? So I'm carrying on with my knitting a little bit, although today is racing away with me and I've absolutely done nothing. I've got the dishes in the sink at the moment. We don't have a dishwasher. My dishwasher is 2 hands. They're in the sink full of hot water. So I'm going to go, while this is uploading, and you know, I don't edit, you know, I can't edit. That's why when they said you need to edit that other video, I thought, ha ha ha, you've got no chance because I can't do it. And I'm certainly not deleting it. It's my memories of the 3 dogs that have passed away now. I'm not going to delete it, so I'm just hoping by demonetising it, not that anybody ever watched it, except fans of Gigi. So I'm hoping by demonetising it, they'll lose interest, you know. But I watch other people's videos and they have songs on, they have music playing and everything, and I don't know how they get away with it, because I don't, you know, put any music on. As I said in the past, I would love to put some music on, especially around about this time or when I'm in on my own. I would love a little background music, but you can't, you daren't. Copyright, they go bonkers. And yet other people seem to do it, and I don't know how and why they get away with it. You know, they're on me like a ton of bricks. If there's a squidgy little 3-second burst of music, they managed to, you know. They did that to my friend Tracy Crochet Rocks. She wasn't playing any music, and yet for some reason or another, some music appeared on one of her videos that she hadn't put on there. Oh, she still doesn't know how it managed to get on there. Because she definitely didn't. She was in the house on her own. She definitely didn't have any music on. And yet she got pulled for one of her videos having this music on. Hello? Are there little people in the ether that put music on other people's YouTube channels? I don't know. Yes. I was hoping my magazine would have come because, once again, harking back to Tracy Crochet Rocks. She sells wool, by the way, yarn I should say, and she sends it to the US if you are interested. crochetrocks.co.uk I think it is, or Hobby Rocks. If you go on Crochet Rocks channel, she always tells you the link, yeah. She's got her magazine, Inside Crochet, but I think she's cancelled her subscription, and I think she bought it from the shop while she was out. She does like mystery shops where she visits local wool shops and sees what other kind of yarn that they have that she doesn't stock, yeah. And she does little videos saying, this is what I found at the local, you know, yarn shop, wool shop, whatever. So she's probably bought her magazine at the shop, because I know she'd mentioned before that she'd cancelled the subscriptions because they come later. She sees them in the shops and hers haven't arrived. I saw Tracy's video about 2 or 3 days ago. I didn't watch it because I wanted, it would spoil it when it arrives, wouldn't it, if I've already seen what's in it, yeah? So I'm waiting for it to come, but the postman's been and he didn't bring it. So I don't know where my copy of Inside Crochet is. It's stuck in the post somewhere or other. Having said that, I posted some dolly clothes off, and I couldn't post them Friday because the weather was dire. So I had to post them Saturday morning. So I thought, well, I'll put first class postage on it because I'm late by a day sending it. I got an email on Tuesday saying they'd just received it, and I thought, why do we bother paying first class postage on anything? And it wasn't like a huge parcel, it was only a tiny little parcel with 4 little dolly clothes in it. It wasn't massive or anything like that. But they didn't get it till Tuesday. And I thought, I paid an extra £1 postage because I was late going to the post office. I thought I won't make my, customer, whatever you want to call them, penalised because I couldn't get to the post office on time, So, I haven't been out to the shed. The weather's been dire. Doesn't help when my son keeps sending me messages saying, oh, it's so hot here in Spain, we're sheltering from the heat. We've had to look for shade, it's 28 degrees or it's 30 degrees. And I'm like, oh, shut up. Shut up. Yeah. But, if I get a passport, maybe I'll get there in the new year. But I haven't even bothered, trying to get a passport because A, I need a passport photo. B, I think perhaps I can do it online. I really don't know. I've not applied for a passport for about 15 years. I don't know what the method is these days. I mean, when I did my last one, you went to the post office, you asked for a passport form. You took it home, filled it in, put your little picture on it that you'd taken in one of those kiosks, and stuck it on, took it to the post office, and if you paid so much money, they checked it through for you to make sure you'd not made any boo-boos on the form. And then they sent it off, and then my passport came quite shortly after. But everything's gone digitalised, computerised, online, so I don't know what the method is these days, I'm out of touch. I'm out of touch with most things, let's face it. I mean, good grief. At my time of life, I don't know these things, It's like people are saying, oh, it's dead easy to do a web page. You do a web page in 5 minutes, John. No. I have tried, I have looked at it, and it's like, when you read something over and over again, and it doesn't go in, and you're like, I need to read that bit again. I mean, at one time I was like Quicksilver. Every time we had a new thing, when I worked at the job centre, I was one of the first ones that got it, Oh, of course, it means this, that and the other. And the other are all scratching their head saying, God, have you sorted it out already? And I'm like, yeah, it's dead easy, it's this, that and the other. Now, I think it's true. If you don't use it, you lose it. And I think I've lost it. Patterns that I used to whiz through, I'm now standing there going, what on earth do they mean by that? Which is why I go back to my vintage patterns over and over again. I understand my vintage patterns. I understand them, I'm old school. These new patterns, the new pattern I've just printed out for the Fairy Queen jacket, it's got 27 pages. And I'm like, oh please, why do you tell me every row? Why are you telling me all of this information? It's overloaded my brain. My brain does not cope with overload anymore. So I know full well I'd never do a web page because I'd get to the first hazard or the first blip, glitch, whatever you want to call it, and I'd be like, but I don't know what they mean. When I listen to people saying, oh, put this code in and I have to put that code in and this has got to be that and that's got to be that, and I'm like, what are you talking about? So I still don't know what I'm going to do. Etsy is definitely a no-no as far as I'm concerned. I am not going to subscribe to paying them almost my hard-earned money, most of what would be a profit. I'm sick of paying it to them, to be quite frank. I mean, I have been told I charge too little for my garments and things like that, and that people may think that they're not worth anything. I've made it out of rubbish yarn or something because I'm not charging enough. But I kind of gear my prices as to what I think I would pay for something, you know, what I would. You know, I'm not going to say, oh gosh, one of my jackets is worth £125, which is what people on Etsy charge for things. So I'll say, no, I'd probably pay about 50 for it or something, plus the postage, of course. But then I don't sell it. And the people who are charging £125 for a very similar garment are selling theirs. And I'm like, maybe they have got a point. Maybe I am undercharging, maybe I am undervaluing myself. But it goes against the grain. I've always been taught you don't blow your own trumpet, you don't, you know. My mother just ingrained it into me, you know, like. So I cannot, in all honesty, say, I've made this garment, it's fantastic, it's wonderful, it's marvellous, and it's going to be $200, like they do on Etsy. I'd be like, no, Janet, you know, your grocery's not that good. You know, I pick holes in my stuff. I don't know whether I don't mean literally, don't literally pull holes in your stuff. I nitpick anything I'm doing, you know. It's like, you could have done that better. You could have sewn it up better. You could have done the finishing better. You know, I just pick at myself all the time. I'm very, very self-critical about anything I do. If it's not perfect, which it never is, let's face it, when you make things yourself, it's never perfect, is it? It's always got a flaw. But I am not happy because I know I've got a flaw in it, or I've got something I could have done better, you know. And that's the way I am, and I wish I could get out of this mindset of like devaluing myself, basically. That's what it is. I don't know whether you're the same if you're crafting, you know, apologetic is the word. Somebody told me that. Stop being so apologetic about everything you made, Janet. You know, your stuff is as good as anybody else's. Stop being apologetic, yeah. Which is what I am. Self-effacing, is it they call it, yeah. Gosh, that's a big word for a Thursday, isn't it, yeah. I just wish I could have that boost of self-confidence to be able to say to you, look at this, what I've made, it's absolutely wonderful, it's fantastic, you need to buy it, you'll never see another one like it, it's so much, it's value at this price, you know. I wish I could be like that. Obviously I need a course in, motivational speaking. Oh, and there's me telling me my motivational speaking has to come to an end because it's time to go. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed my little rant about YouTube, my little rant about Etsy, postage for those little things. And hopefully my magazine will come tomorrow, then I'll actually have something to tell you about. And the folks are coming back tomorrow, so I'll maybe get some sleep after tonight. Yeah, tonight's my last night with Velcro done. Bye for now.